What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. I'm Brad.
And I'm Miguel.
And this is Let's Talk Movies Live. Today is, what is today?
Friday,
September
boys.
17th. It is Friday, September 17th. I have been waiting for this stream all week, Miguel.
I have.
I've
been really prepped for what was in stores with this new intro. If you guys like that, please give us a like, comment what you think of that, because Brad sent that to me, or like we webcam and he sent that to me, and boy did I tear up. I was like, what the hell did we come to after the last 8-9 months in this thing?
Well, I wanted to do something different. And since we're kind of starting to come into this live thing, like, I don't know, I've really enjoyed doing the live streams, and I know we've this is only our third one. It's not like we've done a lot of them, but I've really enjoyed doing it so far. So we're talking a whole lot tonight. We're going to talk a lot of Marvel. We're talking some Halloween kills. Not a whole lot. There's not really a ton, but we are going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to talk Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And then we're also going to talk some video game stuff, which is kind of different. We don't usually do that very much. We're going to talk...
No, because we don't play video games. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, I used to love playing video games, and I still do. I just don't have time to do it.
I just can't afford
That's the problem.
So there's my perspective.
That's the problem. And, you know, we're going to talk about... is it not Activision? Insomniac's new Spider-Man 2 game, and of course the Wolverine reveal. I haven't watched the trailers for those yet. We're gonna watch them live here, and we're gonna talk about what we want to see from both projects. So hopefully this is gonna be a good time, and we're gonna do some Q&A at the end. So we just want to be able to talk to you guys, hang out, and yeah, I've been looking forward to this, man. It has been a week.
It has been a week.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
the longest week of my life, I feel like. But
let's hear about it first, man. How you doing this week?
How are you, Miguel? That's what I was getting ready to ask you. How are you doing? Because I am here, and I am really excited to do this stream. I've been thinking about it constantly.
Same. I've been really excited for this podcast coming up today, and my week's been pretty good. I mean, check out this new shirt I got, which I'll post on Instagram, dude. Check it out.
Yeah,
completely. It's called Quadzilla. And if you guys don't know, check out Rascal Apparel. They're like a workout apparel place. And I saw this like online on Instagram. Guys, check them out. This shirt is absolutely loved. I love this shirt so much. This is like the second Godzilla shirt I had. The first one I had was from you, actually. I don't know if you remember that. It was like in Christmas.
Didn't I get you a...
It was like a black like silhouette Godzilla shirt.
And it was for Christmas one year.
Yeah,
I got you one for Christmas. Yep.
And definitely. Then I got this one, which fits perfectly. And dog, if you guys been following the podcast, huge Godzilla fan, absolutely Godzilla fan, as you can see right here. So yeah, when I got this shirt, I just felt like $1,000,000. This is great. I don't usually wear purple either, but hey, I love it. And I'm gonna get more. So hey, shout out to Rascal Apparel, man. You guys are awesome. Also sponsor me. No.
Miguel is in charge of our sponsor department.
Yeah, please sponsor me.
So real quick, I wanted to briefly bring up our lack of content over the last few weeks. Our lack of content, because
I gotcha.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. These last couple of weeks have been the live streams.
It has.
That's always good. And let me also say that kind of goes into our long week thing. We're both pretty busy. Like, we've been really busy these last few weeks, given like the pandemic, give everything with like work and like it's been crazy. And I'm not going to go into details, but if you know a teacher, buy them a drink. That's what I'm gonna say. It's been a good week. It really has. It's been a good week. It's just been long. I mean, it's just been a long week, but
it has.
It's all good.
Hey, it's the weekend, and we're gonna celebrate it this weekend. Guess what? We're catching up. I'm heading up to Dry Ridge, and we're going to Cincinnati for some fun. So
yep, Miguel's gonna come. Miguel's gonna come hang out with us in Cincy. We're gonna. I live about 50 minutes to an hour from Cincinnati. So we're going to go up there for Oktoberfest tomorrow, and we're going to drink some good beer, and we're going to eat some good food, and it's going to be a really good time.
Shout out to the Germans. You guys know how to make it fun. No,
okay. It'll be good beer. It'll be a good time. Yeah. We're going to have a great time. And it's funny because I haven't really talked to you that much today, given the fact that we're going to be together like a lot.
No, we really haven't talked to each other like at all today.
We've been busy.
We usually just prep like, okay, what are we gonna say? Which one we're gonna say first? But no, we just straight up. Yep. I literally sat down at 7:59 and just said, "Hey, I'm on." Brad was probably freaking out. I saw him call me, and I was like, "Oh, he's freaking out right now. Let me just log right in and surprise him."
Definitely. Yeah. What are you drinking tonight? Because one of the things I wanted to do,
I sat down at 7:59. I didn't have a chance to get a drink. So,
well, I wanted to do a real quick beer review. I want to do a beer review because we like doing that every once in a while. This is Southern Tier Brewing. I'm not going to show the bottle because I don't want to get that copyright strike. I don't know how that works. This is called Pumpkin. And I've been on the hunt for the last few weeks to try to find a good pumpkin beer because I don't know, especially with the weather is going to start changing. I think this week the whole like eastern coast is going to be the weather is finally going to start getting cooler because if you live in like Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky it's been hot these last few weeks. It has been warm. Like for September, it's been like 85, 90 a couple days. Like it's been crazy. So without further ado, in my Ryan Guys cup, Pumpkin.
Oh, you haven't even drank it yet. Okay, let's hear it. No. Hold on. Everyone knows the rules. First taste, give it a number.
First taste?
Yeah.
8.5.
8.5. Oh,
not the best
number. Oh, wow.
That's the best. That's the best decimal. That is the best pumpkin beer I've ever had.
Well, it's an 8.5, so it's not the best. So
it tastes pumpkiny, and it's got cinnamon and it's got like nutmeg. Like this is good. Wow, that was a good choice. It comes in packs of 4 though, which I think is weird.
Okay,
it doesn't come in packs of 6, and it was $12.
So save one. And
I bought this 2 days ago, and I've been
4-pack.
Yeah, I've been saving this for 3 days.
For 3 days.
I was gonna drink one the other night, and I was like, I want to do a beer review. Could I drink one now? Is it really like a? I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know. So, and then I got busy again, and I wanted to. I don't know. I wanted to do it on the show. So real quick, we have some people in here. Indie Phantom, howdy dudes, man. What is up? Man. Glad to see you guys back from the last stream. Art says, hey guys, glad to see you live again. Happy Friday. I got a 6-pack of Bud Light in the fridge. Miguel, go and get a drink. Yeah, go get a drink.
Okay, hold on.
Go get a drink.
Take care of that real quick.
Go get a drink. So we're back. I'm gonna keep going through these comments. I don't know why he turned his camera off, but so be it. Indie Phantom says big on flavored beer. I can't talk. I'm sorry. Not sure if I've had pumpkin. Dude, this one is really good. Like I don't know if what is this? Southern Tier. Does it have where it's made? Brewed and bottled by Southern Tier Brewing in Lakewood, New York. You guys know where Lakewood, New York is? I don't know. My dad's from New York. He lived like 40 minutes out of the city though. So I don't know. Not sure where Lakewood, New York though. Let's see. Got through these. I had a pumpkin beer at a brewery 4 years ago. Man, I fell in love with pumpkin beer. I really, really like it. Nice pumpkin pie sound. Dude, that's it. It tastes like I'm drinking pumpkin pie. And it's orange. Like it's got like a nice orangish. It's orange. It's like super orange. It's really good. I gotta say, it is really, really good. I like it a lot. Never heard of Lakewood, New York. Neither have I. Sounds like eggnog. I'm not really an eggnog guy. I don't know. I like apple cider like during fall. Like my wife and I, we went to the farmer's market last week and they had gallon jugs of apple cider. Heat it up in a mug and put some cinnamon in it. That's good.
No one cares about cinnamon.
You just scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I know.
You scared me.
Alrighty. What were you guys talking about? Apple cinnamon?
Indie Phantom hit it on the head. I feel like I'm drinking pumpkin pie.
A pumpkin pie. Oh, so
like
he's tried it.
Julia needs to try this when I get out of here. Like it's really, really good.
It is the best pumpkin beer obviously I want to try it. You know what I mean?
There's 3 more in the fridge, dude. I've only drank 1. Calm yourself. Calm down.
Listen, this guy made it an 8.5, so that clearly means he's gonna want to drink another when he gets off this podcast. By the time I get there tomorrow, it's gonna be like there ain't gonna be nothing. He's gonna sit there and be like, "I'm sorry, G."
No, I have that, and then I have the Rheingeist Oktoberfest, so I'm gonna save some.
Okay,
so I'm in October mood.
You a bro?
I'm there. October mood.
Even October.
So let's do this. Let's talk Halloween Kills first.
Okay.
Because there's not a ton of stuff, and I want to be able to move on to the Marvel stuff in a little bit too. So let's talk some Halloween Kills. I wanted to bring this up because I've seen a lot of people saying that the decision to release Kills simultaneously in theaters and on Peacock is a result of the negative critics ratings. And that's not really true. It's not. Like, there's no way. I mean, I guess you have to think about it like this.
Okay.
These studios. Let me back up. It's premiered. It had the world premiere last week. It got crap reviews. Critics are like, this movie sucks, whatever. Even though people that were there were like, this thing was amazing. Like, it's the most epic thing ever made. Epic horror movie ever made. I mean, there were a lot of really good things to come out of it too. And I think you have to look at it this way. These studios, when they make a deal to release something simultaneously on a streaming service plus theatrically, I mean, look at what we talked about with Zack Snyder's Justice League being on HBO Max and what it did for Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, seriously, it
boosted the numbers.
It boosted a lot, and there's a lot of decision making that goes into that process, and there's a lot of thought that goes into making that decision. Obviously, given the pandemic, given everything that's going on right now,
it coming into the movie theaters and doing well is still.
It makes sense. I mean, I think it'll still do well. Like we've talked about this. I think it'll do really, really well the first 2 or 3 days, and then I think between Dune, between Venom, between all of the other titles that are coming out in October, because I mean, October is a melting pot for movies.
Yeah, man. It's prime time for movies.
I mean, they really picked October, which I don't know if things are going to be that much better by October because we're not really trending in the right direction. I don't think they're going to delay anything again. I don't. I think it's just going to be like whatever happens, happens. And I think the studio, Universal and Blumhouse have adopted that whatever happens, happens mentality. I think Halloween Ends is going to happen no matter what. It's already announced. I mean, it's going to happen. You know, there's no fear of like, crap, the critics didn't like it and it's not going to make 300 mil. So therefore, they're not going to make ends. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
Put it reverse, Terry. They're not going to scream, put it reverse. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So this is not true that the negative critic scores contributed to it being on Peacock. I guarantee you, I mean, okay, I don't know for sure. I don't know when. I don't really even have an idea of when. But I guarantee you that this deal to simultaneously release it in theaters and on I almost said TikTok, on Peacock, I guarantee you it's been done for months. They've known they were going to do that because Universal owns Peacock.
Oh, it does? Well, I mean,
Universal owns Peacock, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, why don't you put it on Shudder? Why don't you put it on HBO Max? Because Universal doesn't own those, so it wouldn't make any sense. They're not going to give Halloween to another studio. You know what I mean? That wouldn't make any financial sense.
Especially probably one of the most anticipated Halloween movies, like to this date. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there really hasn't been much hype for Halloween, any Halloween installments. Since I don't know. I guess the original, not even that. But honestly,
I would love to hear a drunk podcast from you guys.
Check our earliest podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
There's a couple on there that are like
some of them are kind of tipsy. But
actually, don't go watch those. It's really bad. Anyways,
I think though that if you're thinking that this was already planned like a while back, I wouldn't disagree with you because I mean, if you look about all the movies that were released like earlier in the year, like obviously all of them were like also in the theaters, but then also streamed, and those early movies caught a lot of flack. So I'm sure that with this one, with Halloween Kills, I'm sure Universal, made some agreement with the studio to like offer like a decent amount of revenue from the streaming services. So but my question is it gonna be like a premium like stream? Like you have to pay for it, or is it just gonna be on Peacock?
I'm not
If
positive. I don't know if I know the answer to that question. The way it's been advertised, I think it's just going to be on Peacock. I don't have Peacock, so I mean,
you don't need a subscription for Peacock. You can watch series and movies, but it just has commercials.
In that case, maybe it will be. It might be in that top tier. Then I don't know.
It will have to be like a premium thing, kind of the same way Black Widow was. Because I remember when we were like prepping to review Black Widow, we watched it the night before, and I had to pay $25 for it. I was like, no. I texted Brad. I was like, this podcast ain't worth it.
Man, I love Disney, but they're wrong for that. That's too much.
Yeah, they were so wrong for that.
That's way too much money. So that's really the biggest thing there is that these deals are made months ahead of before they're announced. I mean, and really, I guess there wasn't even a deal to be made because Universal owns both. I mean, they own both properties. Universal is distributing the film, plus they own Peacock. I mean, it's a no-brainer. The negative critics reviews have no effect, I would say. The only effect they have is if people listen to them and don't go see it either way. But I mean, I don't think that's true. I think it's pretty obvious, at least in the Halloween community, it's pretty obvious that like it doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't matter what they say. And I mean, even we read through some of the critics' reviews last week, and I mean, it's like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the fucking
JT, what's up, man? He says they're making Halloween Kills a premium premiere, so it is going to be premium. Okay, that's okay.
It's fair. And I swear to God,
says the same thing. Thanks, guys.
You have to be you have. If this shit is like $25, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go watch in the theaters, or like you're gonna lose a number of people watching it on Peacock. There isn't gonna be a high number if the price is high, because I'm not gonna lie, that $25 that would have been for like, I would have been able to go to the theaters, buy a ticket, buy a large Coke and a large popcorn, and still not break $25 to watch Black Widow. So I was a little thrown off by that. So I'm just saying, just drop the price a little bit, okay?
I know. They're crazy.
Down.
The next little bit of news with Kills, and I've seen a little bit of conversation in the chat. TV spots galore, and new trailer has been rated. And then Andy Phantom says people were talking about a spoiler still from Kills dealing with the flashback. I didn't see it. I think the reviews are quite promising for horror. Yes, there has been another trailer rated in the US, which typically when a trailer is rated by the MPAA, it releases within 2 weeks. It's pretty soon. I don't know if it's 2 weeks exactly, but it's pretty soon after a trailer's been rated that it officially drops to the public. I just dropped my pen. So we will probably be getting a new Halloween Kills trailer pretty soon. It's 2 minutes and what did I write? 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And it has already leaked. I actually watched it on Instagram last night. It's leaked, and it's not like the leak from like the dickhead who leaked it from the movie theater, the theater manager. It's like a video screencast of it, and it's actually pretty good. It's got the whole Lindsay running up, and the kids are on the swings, and she's like, she's like, there's some guy trying to play hide and seek with us, blah blah blah, blah, and it goes on from there. It was cool. Now I watched it with no audio too, so it's kind of like whatever. But it's out there right now, so that'll probably come out. And now here's the thing about the TV spots. Now I have been watching the TV. For some reason, there haven't been quite as many TV spots in the US. A lot of them are dubbed from like Europe, or the one was a German dub that I watched. Now, one of the biggest spoilery things.
Careful. There's some people that don't want to know.
I know, and I'm not going to say it yet, at least because of that. One of the biggest potential spoilers of the movie made its way into one of the TV spots. Now, I have seen it. It didn't ruin anything because I already knew this was happening. We have talked about it on the show before. It's been out there for a while. that this particular thing was happening. And I will get to I know I'm missing a lot of comments right now. I will get to them in just a minute. But yeah, there was a big moment that was put in one of these TV spots, and I have no idea why, because we hadn't seen anything from the flashback in any trailers that we know of. It was the flash. I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, I know you did.
Oh, I was like, what?
I was waiting. I just didn't know how far you want to go with spoiling it, because I didn't want people over here getting mad because you spoiled something.
We're not going to show it. I don't even have it pulled up to show it. But it's out there. I mean, and it goes by quickly. Like, you have, if you're just some like random person who's watching it, like, oh, this looks like a good flick, you're not going to care. You're not going to notice it. But to Halloween fans, it was like, I was watching it and I was like, go back. I mean, I was freaking out, and I was like, holy crap, they put this in the freaking TV. Like, they put this in the trailer. But it does have to do with the flashback.
Okay.
And it looks
baller. It looks
insane. Like potentially one of the coolest scenes of the franchise. Cool. The way
I feel like this movie is gonna have a lot of that.
The angle, the way it's lit, what you see, there are a ton of really cool things in this one image, and it's nothing. It doesn't even move. It's literally like a still image that passes by in like a millisecond in one of the TV spots, like a 30-second TV spot. But it is crazy. It is crazy. Let's get to some of these comments. Let's see. Let me go back. I don't even know where I was. Whether it's true or not, what's done is done. JLC backed it, and I love me some JLC. Me too, man. I love Jamie Lee. I would not want something in the fresh range for a slasher, because that would mean it's probably hella safe. That's true, man. That's a really good point too. A lot of and even if you look traditionally looking at horror movies, they're all bad. Like, they really are, unless it's a newer. Like, I think Get Out had a pretty decent Rotten Tomatoes score. But all of the 80s horror movies, all of the I think this already has a better score than any of the other Halloween movies from years past.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I don't care if it's rotten.
What does it have now? Let me see.
It could have rotten, but as long as the number is higher than all the previous ones, that shows improvement. That shows like it's gotten better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I did the same thing. I did the same thing with like the Fast and Furious, because like all the Fast and Furious movies were like, pretty rotten, and then until it hit like Fast 5, it actually got a fresh, and I was like, oh shit, we're hitting somewhere now.
It's fresh right now. It's at a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's fresh.
Oh, well,
so damn. Okay. So it's fine. It was at a 60, so it's gone down a little bit, but who cares? It's fresh. What does it matter? I'm telling you, these critic reviews, man, they don't matter, right? Like, they don't. I shouldn't say they don't matter, because it's somebody's job. It's what they're paid to do.
No. But listen, it's starting to not matter. You know what I mean? I think it's getting to the point where like
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Reviews are mainly for like the critics themselves, because I mean, who do we know in our circle of friends actually take the critics' reviews to heart? You know what I mean?
I don't even really unless it's a movie that I'm not super into. I don't even read them.
I have not heard of anyone in our friends group or any other person that I've talked to about movie reviews where they're like, yeah, I mean, I saw the critics review and I didn't. They said it was bad, so I'm not going to watch it. I've never heard that. I've heard
even Endgame. Opposite. I think the Endgame critic reviews weren't very good either. And I mean, Endgame was Endgame. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I really don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to be fine. Art says it's a quick shot, less than a second. It is. It is gone in a heartbeat. Like I said, and I've said this before, I'm fine knowing surface level spoilers. I already knew that this was happening. Honestly, seeing it and looking at the screenshot of it made me more excited to see it than it did. It made me more excited than I was like, oh crap, I wish I wouldn't have seen that. Like, I didn't think that. I was like, oh, I gotta text Miguel, and I texted my dad, and I was like, look at this. I mean, it was crazy, and it made me really, really excited deep down inside. It warmed my heart.
I'm glad it warmed your heart.
And again, we're not going to say what it is right now. I debated on talking about it, but I don't think we need to. It's out there. You can find it, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
If you want to be spoiled, go ahead and look for it. I mean, Brad's already been spoiled, but it's not necessarily a spoiler.
It's just really not, because it's been out there for so long. Like if you're a person in the horror community or in the Halloween community, you probably know what we're talking about right now.
Most likely.
It involves 3 things that is really like, holy crap, we've wanted to see this the whole time. 3 different things in one shot. So
yeah.
I live in a place where I wouldn't get to see this theatrically, so I'm happy this will be streaming. Yeah, and that's good for people like you, man, who aren't going to be able to see it theatrically. I heard it was brief, but some thought it was a bad spoil. Yeah, I don't know.
In regards to a flashback, like I can't imagine a flashback being like spoiled. Like, you know what I mean? I can't imagine myself being spoiled by a flashback. Like, okay, yeah, I figured something like that was gonna happen in the flashback, but I'm more concerned about what happened to the story now. Like, I would much rather not know what's happening in the story now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm excited for that. Honestly, I don't really want to know a lot about the flashback because I want to experience that in the theater. But, and like we've said before, we have not read the leaked script. We have not. I mean, I really have tried to stay on the non-spoiler side of things. But when I found out that this was happening in the flashback, and it really involves a person more than anything.
The more we talk about this, the more you're getting close to wanting to like spoil it. So
I know, and I'm not gonna say it, but like I said, it's out there. Like it's not really. It's not I don't think it's as mega of a spoiler as people are making it out to be. So, but I'm not gonna decide for one of you what's a spoiler and what's not a spoiler. So I'm not gonna do that. JT says, it's no surprise, but about 2 months ago, Universal stated that all of their movies will release with Peacock. Oh, did they really? I didn't know that they were doing all of them.
Damn, how many Universal films are coming out?
I mean, they're a big studio, so a lot. I'd say a lot.
Well, I haven't heard of any heavy hitters from Universal yet, or not that I've kept track of. So
yeah.
Interesting.
I think the marketing has been smart for this. They need to push a little harder than normal. And I would agree with that too. We're getting close. And I think that's what, like today they posted like 3 or 4 like 1 month videos of, Lori holding the knife and like, it's, they're starting to really like ramp up the little things. And I could see them with this 2 minute and 16 second trailer that was rated. I could see that being like an only theatrical thing. Like if you go see a movie in the theater, you see that trailer, but you won't see that. Of course, people will leak it. So I guess then it wouldn't matter anyways.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I guess it wouldn't even matter, but who cares? I don't know. Indie Phantom says, I think now I'm ready to just watch the flick. I've stayed mostly non-spoiler, but I still have watched all these spots and read articles, still hyped. That's me too, man. I want to. I don't want to know kills. I don't want to know who dies. I don't want to know how it ends. I really have no idea how it ends. I don't. And what I've heard,
neither of us do.
We put out this whole thing about when the news came out that spoiler alert. You've been warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That kills and ends don't take place on the same night anymore, and that they've changed the script. I've also read that people that saw Halloween Kills were like, oh, there's no way they could have taken place on the same night now. Like the way Kills ends, it's like there's no way. Like it's too brutal, it's too hardcore the whole time. Like full frontal nudity insanity for an hour and 40 minutes.
There's
two have both taken place on the same night. I don't mean literal nudity. I'm just talking about like the hardcoreness of like how brutal this movie is. So I don't know. I don't know how it ends, and I kind of want to keep it that way. But again, with this particular spoil from this TV spot, it didn't bother me. It made me hype more than anything else. It's really hyped me up seeing it, and I really can't wait to see that scene. Art says, are you guys going to watch Kills at the theater and then come home and watch it on Peacock via live stream? I don't know about that.
Well, will we get like docked for that? Oh,
probably. Well, yeah, unless we would get docked for that. If we didn't show it, I guess not. But I don't know. We'll see. we'll see.
I never really like understood like live streaming it, but not seeing the movie. Not you guys not being able to see the movie. I guess I don't know.
Well, if
like
they're
there's
watching
logistics
it too,
of it
though,
where
like a commentary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We want to do some. I'm not going to say too much, but we want to do a couple of things like that leading into Kills.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, we do.
Universal just signed Chris Nolan and took him from Warner Brothers. Yeah, dude. Miguel, did you see the stipulations? So Christopher Nolan signed on with Universal to do his next film. Okay. But the stipulations that the guy, I mean, and of course he's Christopher Nolan, so he can say.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The stipulations. I was like, oh my god,
$1 billion or like $1 million for marketing. I was like, dude,
complete
who the fuck
creative control, $300 million in marketing, $1 billion budget. I was like, holy crap, man! Like he wants the world to make his next movie.
I mean, let's put it in perspective, guys. Okay, there was like in the spotlight of studio, because like. Look at Zack Snyder, look at all the other directors that got, fucked over with the whole streaming stuff, and then also with the projects and stuff. Like you know how studios can like fuck over you know how studios can fuck over directors. So I mean, Christopher Nolan is a big enough name to the point where he has the weight and the power to like ask for these things, and technically the studios have to go with it. Otherwise they lose a big name director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, Christopher Nolan does have that leverage, so to speak. So I mean, in my eyes,
he's like a Spielberg or a Tarantino or a Scorsese, where he's got, like you said, he's got the leverage, he's got the street cred, for lack of a better word, to be like, look, and if you want me, this is what it's going to be. This
is my price. This is what I am in
complete control. I'm the captain.
And I think now that's probably a smart move. And unfortunately, not many directors have that leverage. So unfortunately, they have to go at the whims of the studios. But when you're a heavy hitter like Christopher Nolan, hey man, ask for whatever you want, because guess what? They're gonna give it to you, because they know Christopher Nolan is gonna bring in money with whatever project it is.
Yeah, definitely. Last comment about Kills, and then we're gonna move on to some Spider-Man stuff. JT says, although we all are saying spoilers, it seems like mostly all of the TV spots are just full of JLC saying "let it burn" in the same clips with a few extra cuts. It really has been, and I think that I know there's a ton of people that are in the camp that, oh, the trailer spoiled too much and the TV spots are just too much. I'm learning everything about the movie. I don't really think it has. I think they've actually done a really good job, way better than they did in 2018. With not giving away major moments. And people who have seen the movie, now that it's premiered and had all these different screenings, a lot of them have been like, you guys haven't seen any, like you know nothing.
You know nothing.
Like you've seen nothing yet. You've seen nothing yet. So yeah.
Yeah, he went there. No,
I went there.
But as someone that's like not particularly a horror movie fan, I mean, I still don't really know what's going to happen in this movie. And that's usually the best way to
go in
to measure this in regards of how much is it spoiling, because still to this day, I still don't really know what's going to happen in this movie. I just know there's going to be a lot of killing. Michael's going to go fucking berserker and Laurie's going to be screaming all the goddamn time. That's it. From the hospital. Like, she's literally going to have she's like, it's going to be like this. She's going to be stuck in the hospital because obviously she got stabbed, so she can't do anything. She's going to be listening to everyone else get killed, and she's going to be screaming her hearts out and be like, don't do that, or some bullshit like that. I could totally see that.
I don't know, man. I will agree with JT that every Halloween Kills trailer or TV spot has to have Laurie screaming, "Let it burn," the firefighter saying, "I can't see you," and then her also saying "Evil dies tonight." But I've noticed that like every TV spot is like a different cut of her saying "Evil dies tonight." Like some of them she's holding a knife and she's like, "Evil dies tonight," and then other times she's like, "Evil dies tonight." It's like she says it differently, so I'm sure they used like different takes of it.
I bet say like, how many times can you say that in the movie and it still hold its weight? You know what I mean?
I imagine David Gordon Green, they're filming this, and she's like, "Evil dies tonight," and then David Gordon Green's like, "Cut, do it again." She does it again. He's like, "No,
like, I swear.
Can you just add a little bit more emotion, more like grit to it?" She does it again and again and again. That's the one cut scene that they did like 18 times.
And then the next thing you know, she's like, "I don't know. Evil dies tonight." I guess.
I think we're gonna kill this guy. Like that's what's gonna happen. He's a terrible human being, and we're gonna kill him.
I'm gonna have an evil. I'm gonna have an
yes,
evil die
yes,
tonight.
Yes. And the old guy gets his head picked.
Every goddamn spot. That poor guy.
He really does, man. And now, of course, now we've gotten a little bit more. In that latest TV spot, it's like Michael standing in the doorway, like, "Hello."
Hello.
But it's like every single time he sees him, his hand comes through, and the poor guy's getting his head like bashed into the wall. I was like, man, that poor old couple, man. Why do we have to keep showing them die?
I know it's kind of rough. Like I feel bad for them. They're gonna get a solid check though for the amount of like coverage they're getting. Let's listen. Yeah. I mean, hey, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on from Halloween Kills. Let's talk some Spider-Man, and that's really where we're gonna stay for the rest of the night. Miguel, do you want to talk? The canceled Spider-Man game, or do you want to talk Venom: Let There Be Carnage first? Because I know there's a lot of stuff that's come out about Venom: Let There Be Carnage too. That's a little spoilery that we might get into, like a little teach. Where's the camera? Like,
we'll do. This man doesn't know where his fucking camera is.
I really don't. I'm like, where are you guys?
Let's do Let There Be Carnage because I'm interested in that.
This is 8.6% alcohol, by the way.
Explains why it's in a 4-pack, guys.
8.6%.
At this point, he's not gonna even know where the fucking camera is. He's gonna end up talking. He's gonna end up talking to the fucking mask behind him, or the 2 masks behind him.
This is gonna be Miguel and I in Cincinnati all day tomorrow.
Says you. Says you. I'm gonna be all right.
We're not even gonna be eating the food and like listening to the music and everything. We're just gonna be sitting on a curb downtown, like.
I could see that. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, all right. Let's talk Venom: Let There Be Carnage. So I really don't know how to get into this without being spoilery. Like a little bit, nothing crazy. And it's not really about the plot of the movie. It's more the end credit scene.
It's
Miguel, how do you want to tackle this?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much just about like because Venom: Let There Be Carnage just had a screening, and there's a number of people that were able to watch it. And what was fucking hilarious?
It was overwhelmingly positive, by the way.
Yeah, they got really a lot of positive reviews. A lot of people loved it, and I think it's going to be hitting pretty well in regards to the box office and just general audience reviews. Honestly, I mean, it's going to be a dope movie because this is like we've wanted to see Carnage since like 2004. Remember when Spider-Man 4 was supposed to come out? Because that was about later. Yeah, so. Back to the screening, it was fucking hilarious because talking about the post-credit scene, well, not necessarily talking about that yet. There was a big thing. Tom Hardy, he had like this big speech. He was like, all right, guys, so we're gonna be showing you this movie, and it's great. What we ask is that you keep it on the down low. There's a lot of things happen in this movie that is not supposed to be out in the public yet. So let's try to be as discreet as we can. And guess what we got? Okay, cool.
I feel like people don't even try to hide it. They're just like,
I bet they literally like had the flash on and everything. Like they could give less of a damn about any of it. But
so we stopped. By the way, we stopped talking Halloween Kills, and 5 people left.
Oh, that's fine, guys. It's all right.
That's what we're good for.
We're good for Halloween. But
you guys are awesome that are hanging with us.
But yeah, anyway, so when it came out with the whole Venom thing, there was a lot of people that were able to like audio record it. There wasn't necessarily like a video record because obviously
I heard audio.
Caught. Yeah, it was mainly audio stuff, and not wanting to spoil it, but there are like possible that post-credit scene definitely opens the door for a lot of opportunities, if you know what I mean.
It has me wondering if it's a part of the MCU already.
Yeah. Like it's like, does this movie end up connecting with the MCU? Because if you follow Tom Hardy,
from what I've heard, it's already a part of the MCU. This is the first Venom film took place in the current MCU right now.
How do you guess that?
I've heard things. I've seen things. I've heard things. And of course, it's the internet, and the internet lies all the time, so it could be completely wrong. Well, knowing what we know about the movie, I could see.
Yeah, it's kind of hinting at it. I'm not gonna lie. And
Johan,
yes.
I don't want to say your last name wrong, Johan. Didn't Tom Hardy openly talk about it? Yeah. What's up, Entertainment TV? I really can't talk tonight, dude. It's good to see you again. Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to get to, and this this kind of gives it away a little bit. This kind of gives the spoiler thing we were talking about. Yeah. So while I say that, minor spoiler alert, kind of. It's to do with the post-credit scene of Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I'm not going to say, we know what it was. We're not going to say what the post-credit scene was. You can, if you really want to know, you can find it online. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. I think comicbook.com even ran with it. They're not even trying to hide it. Tom Hardy showed up to a Venom: Let There Be Carnage press event. And prior to walking out for the panel, he was wearing a hat.
Yep.
And the hat was a Spider-Man No Way Home staff and production hat.
Yep.
If that tells you anything about the post-credit scene.
You can't wear that hat and not.
I know, and not be. It's like Iron Man. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Yep. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. Yeah. So, you can't wear that hat and think no one's gonna think anything about it. I mean, it could just be Marvel just doing their thing. Like, hey, Tom, put this hat on. I'm sure it'll rile a lot of people's feathers.
Dude, Kevin Feige backstage was like, about to end this man's whole career.
Yeah. So Kevin Feige sends him like a gift basket, and at the release of Venom, and it's just like the Spider-Man cap, and there's nothing. There's a letter.
Yeah.
There's no words. It's just a winky face. Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
Says, but it's a production hat. I mean, yeah, but if he was on set, if there is a post, I don't think Venom will be in the main plot of No Way Home, but I think it is definitely a possibility that Venom shows up in a post-credit scene for No Way Home, similar to someone else showing up in a post-credit scene for Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I think that's very, very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Indie Phantom says, was the first Venom R-rated? I don't remember. Was it, Miguel?
No.
I enjoyed the flick more than I thought I would. I've still not seen Far From Home, but I will check it out after the Halloween season. I think Far From Home was good. I liked it better than I liked Homecoming. My biggest gripe with them, though, is it just doesn't feel like Spider-Man. I get that they're trying to do something different and new, which is cool, and I really appreciate that. But there wasn't enough New York. When I think Spider-Man, I want to see New York. I want to see him swinging through buildings and saving people on the street and muggers. And I want to see New York stuff. And we've barely gotten any footage of Spider-Man swinging through New York. We got the Infinity War thing with him and Doctor Strange and Iron Man, trading off with the cape and stuff. And then we got a little bit at the end of Far From Home, but they just don't feel very Spider-Man New York-ish.
Which is kind of for me. It's kind of tough for me to grasp that because they love, exactly. I the whole point of Avengers and Endgame and or Avengers Infinity War and Spider-Man Homecoming was him saying, hey, I just want to keep my feet on the ground. I want to be the most I want to be the most I just want to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And that was his main mantra, so to speak, in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
But we still haven't seen that. In Far From Home, where'd he go? He went to fucking Venice. Did he go to Venice?
He went to a few places. He was in Venice. He was in other places in Europe. I was
my man went to
why
Europe.
Are we in New York?
It's I was kind of confused. I was his whole ideal was I just want to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But then he ends up in fucking Europe with Mysterio. So it's the fuck?
I'm your friendly tourist.
I'm your friendly European spider monkey. Is that what? Yeah.
What they call him? Midnight monkey? What the hell they call him?
Night monkey.
Night monkey. Yeah.
Night
monkey.
When the fuck does a monkey shoot webs? What TV station decided to call him Night Monkey?
I think he's in the post-credit scene for No Way Home. Also hinting the same thing with the Venom 2 did. Yeah, I think Venom could be. I think Venom will be teased in No Way Home. And I don't know that for sure. I could be completely wrong, but I think my gut is telling me that Spider-Man, we are moving towards Spider-Man and Venom coming face to face, which is, I mean, Spider-Man and Venom are two of the coolest. It's one of the coolest dynamics between two characters in like comic book
I couldn't
history.
think of the
You
right
know what I
word
mean?
for that. Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say like bromance, but that
it's
didn't
kind
really
of a screwed up relationship because like Venom's kind of dumb, but Venom has like a weird obsession with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man like can't stand Venom. It's like a weird dynamic between them.
Mm-hmm.
Indie Phantom also says, side note, Malignant was bonkers cool. Yeah,
We need to see that.
We might watch Malignant tomorrow night after we get back to my house because that was really good. Miguel's rolling his eyes.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes. I'm just like, oh, okay, we're gonna watch that when like after a couple of beers. Yeah, I'm gonna be freaked out by that.
We'll be sober by then.
True. I think with Malignant though, I heard a lot of good news about Malignant. To be honest, what was it? Who's the director? I'm trying to remember.
Wan.
James Wan. Yeah.
I saw someone on Twitter say James Wan is a psycho for coming up with. I know nothing about Malignant 2, and that's kind of why I'm excited about it because like I don't know anything about it.
I hear it. It goes out far left field in regards to a horror movie, and I'm all for that. I mean, I was really thrown off by Us by Jordan Peele, Us movie, and that one freaked me out because that went left field quick for me. So I was like, I like this. So
are you excited for Nope?
I am excited for Nope. I'm really excited for Nope. Say what you want. Like he's making great horror movies in my eyes. I know I'm not an 80s horror fan. I know I'm not an 80s horror like guru. Like I like some 80s horror.
You like it. You're just not like a nut about it like certain people are.
Yeah, which by the way, guys, like don't get me wrong. I love Evil Dead. Like Evil Dead is probably like one of my favorite like 80s horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I saw it. I saw Evil Dead the other day, and I promise you, it was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
late 70s and early 80s Spider-Man comics.
Yep, definitely for sure.
Really?
For sure.
It was like some really gritty stuff over there, like in the old comics. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know. So we're excited to watch it.
That's good.
So speaking of Spider-Man, let's do this. So obscure games on YouTube. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. Think back to 2010.
2010.
Before The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield was announced. This is early MCU. This is before the MCU was really the MCU. Obviously the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy was in full swing. We just had Spider-Man 3, which was probably the floppiest movie of it.
It wasn't the best.
It was great, but it wasn't on par with 1 and 2. You know.
Yes. It was
Miguel,
like
it was like we lost you for a minute. You were frozen.
Oh, my bad. It was one of those things where it was like you kind of go downhill after Spider-Man 2, which is, to this day, one of the best superhero movies ever made. So, like, you have to understand, like, it's kind of hard to beat that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they didn't know that at the time. They probably thought Spider-Man 3 was going to be like, oh, it's going to be fucking more. It's going to be fucking more. It's going to be more great than Spider-Man 2. More. So then, boom. Yeah, it ends up flopping a little bit. But,
yeah,
it is what it is.
So, anyways, we knew Spider-Man 4 was happening. There are a few interviews recorded with Tobey Maguire talking about Spider-Man 4. There was a script. They had plans. They were about to go into production, and Sony canned it. They were like, nope, never mind. We're going to reboot it. Screw it. And I know there were rumors of Carnage being in Spider-Man 4, which would have been dope. I mean, there were a lot of things that people were really looking forward to with Spider-Man 4. And one of them was the video game. Now, Radical Entertainment was developing the video game adaptation of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. And there's a video that has come out. It's a 16-minute or so video of gameplay. Now it's very unfinished.
So I'm
it's
sure
very like some of the people look like gray outlines, like a silhouette, like a Slender Man type deal of people. The buildings look unfinished. It's definitely an unfinished game, and it was abandoned back in 2010. And it's interesting. It was going to be released on PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii. That was back when Wii was still a thing, man. PC. And
hey,
Wii
man,
don't
you dare dog Wii. Wii was literally ahead of its time. Yeah. I remember the Wii. It was great. I remember Godzilla Unleashed was on Wii. It was the only one I could see.
Yeah. My mom said she didn't like Us because she felt like it was too much comedy. That's fair. I have honestly, I think I've only ever seen Get Out and
I know the scene you're talking about too.
I've only ever seen him one time.
I think it was the scene. I think the one you're talking about, which I think is so funny, but I understand if you don't. It was a scene where, like, the victims were like, being attacked, and they had this Alexa thing, and she was like, "Alexa, call the police," and then Alexa was like, "Playing F the Police" by NWA. And I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Did this age well? I don't know." It was really funny. And then F the Police was like there while they were still being murdered. I was like, wow, this really sucks.
Yeah. I'm not going to say any of the words. Moving on. So yeah, this was an unfinished game. And what's interesting is, if you guys remember Prototype from 2009,
I was literally going to mention that.
I loved Prototype.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the first one. The second one, I liked a lot of the things they did with the second Prototype game, but I was also like, I didn't like what they did with Alex Mercer. I thought Prototype was cool because he's like an Alice Resident Evil character, where he's like an anti-hero. Like, he's not really a good guy, but he's also trying to stop the bad guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was it's like zombie apocalypse mixed with Spider-Man mixed with horror. Like, it was a cool game, and it was different, and I loved it. And I didn't like that they made Alex Mercer the villain in part 2. Like, I thought that, I was kind of like, you made me get really attached to this character, and now I'm supposed to hate him. Yeah. And he's a douche. Like, I didn't really like that at all. But we're going to watch a little bit. We may not, it's 18 minutes long. We may not watch the whole thing. We're probably not going to watch the whole thing.
Definitely not going to watch that.
No, but I did want to check out a little bit of it with you guys. Let me pull up Spider-Man 4. So this is the game. This is a little bit of the game that has been released online. It's a little bit of gameplay. Now, like I said, we'll fast forward through some of this. I just kind of wanted to check it out. I haven't watched too much of it yet, just because I have not watched it. I wanted to see it. And interestingly enough, we're going to talk about Spider-Man PS4 and PS5, the Wolverine announcement and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting to think about, like, there's been a lot of Spider-Man games. We talked about Spider-Man for PS1, which I adored when I was a kid, a couple episodes ago. And, it's just, there's a lot. So let's check this out. This is a little bit of the Spider-Man 4 game from 2010 that was canceled, using the same engine. Oh, yeah, it is Dude, it's the same exact engine for Prototype. Definitely.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's exactly how the Prototype stuff looks. 2011, 2004. The copyrights. Now, I don't know if we're getting...
Are we going to get audio? The usual Marvel stuff?
Oh, can you guys hear it okay? Miguel, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Let's see. The graphics aren't bad.
It looks pretty nice.
Yeah. It looks pretty good. Press that start button. Let's go. Oh.
Wow, this does remind me of Prototype.
Yeah, it's very similar to Prototype.
What the fuck? And I mean, what the fuck is he looking at?
If it's the same engine, then
what?
Did he just grunt? Ah! What the? What?
Wow.
Interesting.
It's tough to watch this after, like, the PS.
I know, after seeing Spider-Man PS4, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Like, we really came a long way. Like, if this would have come out, we would have thought this was the greatest thing we'd ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, seriously. I'm sorry. What is this grunt? Ha! Like, what is that?
Is that Tobey Maguire's like grunt? Like, is that where we're getting at? Is that the audio recording that they did?
Look at the people. Gray blobs.
Well, if you think about it, like, actually, if you didn't know, in the PS4 Spider-Man, why is everyone just dressed the same?
What are you guys thinking? Let us know in the comments. Yo, bro, what's going on?
This looks like the PS4 Spider-Man where, like, I don't know if you guys remember, like, there's like a little glitch you can like go into, and then you'll see like all like the background people.
Yeah.
And they look exactly like that.
I will say New York doesn't look that bad. Like the backdrop of like Manhattan actually looks like pretty decent.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad, honestly. I mean, for the time.
Indie Phantom says, evidently I don't play games much because I thought the graphics here were cool. They're not bad, man. They're really not that bad, like at all.
For the time, yeah.
Like I mean, thinking if this would have come out in 2010, like that would have been all right. Do you mean the backdrop of the game, or what do you mean, Indie Phantom? You want to fast forward a little bit, Miguel?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, I think we've seen enough.
I wanted to know if there were any like villains or anything going on.
I don't think so. I think it's mainly just going to be like, yeah, I think it's just him free roaming, honestly. Which is honestly one of like the
we got
best
villains.
things.
We got villains. We got villains.
I think it's just a helicopter. What the fuck? Yeah, I could see that being the same. Yeah, this does feel the same way as Prototype, honestly.
Did he just fly? Did I just make that up, or did he just fly?
He really did. I think they're like hinting at like his. I think they're hinting. Whoa, what are we doing here, guys? Hello and welcome. I have no idea what just happened. I think Brad probably just left the chat. Let me see what happened. I swear to God, if Brad literally left the chat, I'm literally going to die laughing.
I'm back.
Okay, what just happened?
I have no idea what just happened.
Well, dang.
I have no idea. It just kicked me out for whatever reason.
That's fucking great.
It just kicked me out of the stream.
So that was awkward.
That was very awkward. I wasn't expecting. I was sitting there watching, having a good time, and then it was like, and goodbye.
And goodbye.
So I don't know. So we're back. I don't know what just happened. So we have Spider-Man fighting a. What? Hold on. What was that? That web combo. Look.
My man is really doing the most right now. Wait, how is he? Oh, okay,
that's pretty dope. That was cool. I see what he's doing. Yeah. That was cool. Okay, let's go on a little bit. Good lord, how long is this helicopter fight?
This helicopter is fucking strong. It's built tough. And I love how my man is just running right into the fucking
spider. Oh my god, spider paws. Whatever. Let's fast forward a little bit. Holy crap, this helicopter fight is like 90% of the...
Because apparently helicopters are Spider-Man's greatest enemy.
Right. What is that?
What the hell is that?
Oh my.
Shoot! The game's up!
My man got whopped.
Miguel, is that supposed to be Rhino?
I don't think so.
Way. There's no way that's supposed to be Rhino.
I don't know. Does he sound like Paul Giamatti?
Get this stuff away!
Why is my man just like automatically floating high up in the air? I mean, it could be, since this is Spider-Man 4 game, like movie adaptation, it very well could be. Dang.
Okay, I think we've
I think we've seen enough of that.
Yeah, I think we've seen what we're going to see. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
I mean, if you think about it, like,
got a good idea of what it would have been like.
You can honestly see where the PS4 Spider-Man got a lot of its like what's it called? Like most of its gameplay is from this like, canceled Spider-Man games because it kind of reminds me of it, to be honest.
I think the biggest thing that Spider-Man PS4, and this is kind of a good transition. I think the biggest thing that Spider-Man PS4 got right was the movement of what Spider-Man looked like. I think that was kind of a bit, because that's something that even, I don't know which ones you played, but like, was it Ultimate Spider-Man for the PS2? That was one of my favorites. Obviously, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 game was really, really good. I mean, there were good and bad Spider-Man games. And again, my favorite was probably Ultimate Spider-Man, other than Spider-Man PS4. But the biggest improvement, besides, the graphics and the story, was the fact that the movement in Spider-Man PS4, it looks real.
Yeah,
I mean,
like honestly, like the PS4
realistic
Spider-Man
in the way it
games, like
moves.
it looks beautiful. Like I'm on TikTok, guys, but I see so many people just making edits of them just swinging through New York City, and it looks fucking amazing. Like it looks beautiful. Like whether it's like in the winter and just like in the sunset, it looks amazing. So yeah, I could totally see where this canceled Spider-Man 4 game definitely got most of its adaptations from.
Yeah, for sure. So let's do this. Let's check out the Spider-Man 2 trailer. So the last two topics are the big topics of the night. We're about an hour in. Thanks so much for you guys that have hung out with us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I really like the live stream thing, man. I do. It's a lot of fun. It's cool, like getting to talk to you guys in real time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's
like
great to have your guys' feedback.
Going back and answering comments is cool, but like being able to have a conversation with you one-on-one is really, really cool. So you want to do Wolverine first, or do you want to do Spider-Man 2? I haven't seen either trailer. Have you?
I haven't seen the Wolverine one.
Okay, I haven't watched either one of them because I was saving it for this. So I'm also sweating a lot. It's hot in this room. Probably all these lights, but so be it.
Secretly in an oven.
What'd you say? I
said secretly in an oven.
I am in an oven. Live stream is my jam, and we're your jelly.
What the fuck?
That was weird. Anyway, so let's do Spider-Man first.
Okay.
I'm pretty hyped for that. So this is the Spider-Man 2 trailer for, of course, Insomniac Spider-Man 2. So let's check this out. I have not seen this yet. Miguel, tell me if you can hear it.
I can.
Okay. I loved the first game, man. So, holy crap, it looks so good.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push.
Is it Electro? Oh, I thought Electro.
I think it might be Electro.
One who could surprise me.
You got a little bit of Miles, okay.
One who could even beat me.
Oh my god.
No, that sounds like I knew it. It's Kraven the Hunter, definitely. The guy like speaking.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
It is. Yeah, you're right. It's gotta be.
Yes, we will.
How'd you like that, Brad? We're gonna have literally Venom's gonna be the most like used character in the next couple of years. You understand that?
I dig it though.
Yeah. One thing people are really like wanting to happen is co-op. A co-op gameplay
that would be
with
really, really
Miles
cool.
and Spider-Man. That would probably be really dope. It would be great
Yeah.
to see like the combos that would happen in it. Yeah. I think that's one of the main things. People were really hyped when they saw that. When they saw Miles and Spider and Peter just like
Right.
kicking ass together.
Both of
Yeah,
their
that
webs
was
up like together and slamming him
mhm.
down. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Are you more excited for Venom, voiced by Tony Todd, which is perfect? Tony, like Candyman Tony Todd. I mean, perfect choice for Venom. Or are you more excited for Craven?
I'm excited to see Craven, honestly, because we don't have much
To go off of with Craven.
yeah, to go off of. I mean, we know that there's going to be
Except
a
for
Craven
comic books.
Yeah, but in regards to like video games and movie adaptations, we're obviously getting a Craven the Hunter movie, but I mean, we're not going to see that until later on. So we really don't have anywhere to go to. So I'm excited to see Craven the Hunter, honestly.
Definitely. Yeah. So
Venom, obviously, I would love
right.
to be able to play as Venom in this game. That would be dope.
Oh, crap, that
Can
would
you imagine?
be
Just have like
that would
have
push
that
it
as like
over
an
the top.
unlockable character or whatever. I don't know. I don't know
Dude,
how it
playing
works.
as Venom in Ultimate Spider-Man was dope.
Was it?
Because like you had to his health would gradually go down until you would eat people. Like you would have to like find random people and like consume them. And like if you were playing as Venom, he'd walk around and he'd go, "Hunger." And he would sit and like talk to himself and you'd have to go find people and eat them. It was really cool. I love Venom. Venom is arguably my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Venom is the most interesting character, so to speak, because there's just so many different types of them out there.
Right. I barely recall Craven, but I have some old issues with him.
Yeah, see, not many people know about Craven. He's like,
yeah,
I don't know how can I best explain? He's like the Deadshot of
that's
or
fair.
like the Deathstroke of the DC, because like he's like he's a hunter and he's pretty much like a good assassin, so to speak. I don't know. I don't really, again, guys, I really don't know much about Craven the Hunter. I just go off of like what I've seen so far.
Right. Well, the thing,
I thought this man was a tiger for a second. For a while, I thought my man was a tiger. I thought I was like, okay,
he's got tiger power.
Yeah.
The thing about Spider-Man PS4, and I think it's in the top 3 best video games I've ever played. To be completely honest with you, it really is. I feel like the developers and the writers of that game have a real, true love for Spider-Man lore and for the Spider-Man story. And I feel like they really went through the comics and were like, okay, how can we make this the most Spider-Man story we possibly can? And I appreciate that it wasn't just another origin story. Like at the point that Spider-Man PS4 starts, he's been Spider-Man for a while. He's swung around the block a few times. You know what I mean? Like he's seen some stuff. Like he's been through a lot. And it held weight. Like it was a very, I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't played it, it's been out for years. But I mean, like Aunt May dies. Like, I mean, it's a big deal, you know? So I adored that game. So hopefully this will be even better. And especially like you said, if we get co-op, if you can play as Venom, dude, playing in Venom in this Marvel universe would be.
And with being able to play as Venom with the Insomniac Games engine, like it would be absolutely dope, because you would pretty much get what I always wanted was a remastered version of Prototype, because again, Prototype is one of my favorite games too.
They should remake Prototype.
They definitely should. With that? I agree wholeheartedly.
And they should erase Part 2. They need to keep Alex Mercer like the hero of the story.
Yeah,
I didn't like
remaster one. They're gonna remaster one. It would have to be like the first installment, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I'm super excited for Spider-Man 2. I love that Tony Todd is voicing Venom. I love that we're gonna get Venom. And I mean, if this game is equal to the first one, I will be happy. I really will. So I'm super excited for that. And of course, this opens up really our last topic of the night, which is the Marvel gaming, the Insomniac's Marvel game universe as a whole, because of course we also had Wolverine that was announced. We're getting a Wolverine video game similar to what we got with Spider-Man PS4. Now, hopefully Wolverine won't be a carbon copy of Spider-Man PS4. I really hope that it won't be. I hope that it's going to be its own thing that's part of the same shared universe. What are your thoughts on a Wolverine game, Miguel? Like, do you go dark and hardcore? Do you keep it balanced? I thought that Spider-Man was a balanced game. It was dark, it had weight to it, it had death, it had blood, but it wasn't over the top horror-esque either. You know what I mean? I thought it was a good balance between it was where Spider-Man needed to be. It was a good Spider-Man game.
Probably the best. Get out of here.
It was the best. It was the best. It was a good, I should say, a good Spider-Man story. It was one of the better. It was the best Spider-Man video game, and it was one of the better Spider-Man stories out there. So, where do you think you go with Wolverine?
Obviously, you have to go with the part where it's like no origin story, obviously, and from what I understand with the trailer, it doesn't really talk. It's not really gonna hint towards an origin story, which is what I'm glad, because I don't.
So
need
you don't
an origin story.
You don't want like a whole Project X. You don't want a whole Wolverine origin. You don't want to know how he became Wolverine.
Make that like a DLC thing. You know what I mean? Like later on.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, just start out with him, cool. Chilling at a bar, and the game starts. That's the best way you can do with Wolverine, to be honest.
For sure. So I haven't watched this one either. Let's check out the Wolverine reveal trailer. Let's see what this is about. Let's check it out. Sucks. I'm kidding.
At the dark end of the street.
Fucking call this.
Oh my god.
Out of bar.
Of course it's in a bar. The man's drunk half the time. He's all bloody.
Man just wants to some shit over there. Yep, like that's gonna do much. Yeah. So not much to go off of.
Nope, not much at all. There's not much there,
Which
but
I'm
it was
fine
a cool
with.
It was a cool little thing. Yeah, I'm okay with knowing that for right now because it lets us speculate a little bit. Some of the questions that I had was about whether or not it would be an origin story, which again, based on that trailer, it doesn't look like it's going to be an origin story. Indie Phantom says this has a brilliant look and feel. It really does. I like the song choice. I like the fact that we open up to 6 guys that have been pummeled to death in a bar. Like that. That's pretty cool.
Do you think there's going to be? Do you think there's going to be a level of gore in that, or do you think it's just going to be like video game-ish gore? You know what I mean? Because like in Prototype, there wasn't much. There wasn't necessarily like extreme gore, but there was
blood,
gore.
But it wasn't like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there'll be moments where they're going to push the envelope, but I think this will be kind of along the lines of what Spider-Man PS4 was, where it's just a good balance. I hope it is a good balance. I'm not one of those people. I know there's people that are in the camps where like Ghost Rider, the Punisher, Deadpool, Wolverine, the X-Men, they need to be like rated R and nasty and gritty, and they need to make you feel like you're watching a Rob Zombie movie and you need to go sit in church and bathe after. Like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need Wolverine to like sever heads all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with the occasional severed head. I'm okay with like a little bit of gore, stuff like that. That was supposed to be a joke, and I didn't come off as a joke. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I hope that it's a good balance between dark and craziness. Indie Phantom says cutscenes always look so much better than gameplay. That's one cheat they use for promo stuff. Yeah, that's true too.
But and if of course, if you see in the bottom of it says not actually gameplay footage. Yeah. So I mean, it makes sense. But I mean, if you look at the way the PS4 Spider-Man game was, it looks absolutely spectacular in regards to graphics. So I'm 100% certain that Wolverine's going to have just as much, if not more, gameplay and graphics to go off of. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For sure. A couple more questions I had, like that just kind of came to my mind. Is this going to be open world?
I think,
and that's a tough question because Spider-Man's got New York City. He's got the whole concrete jungle playground to play around with. And Wolverine, it's like, first of all, where is he? Where is it going to be set? What time of year is it? Like, I mean, is it going to be level based? I mean, like, what's the, there's a lot of questions there. What would you like to see?
I mean, you know what would be really cool if it was like a Red Dead Redemption kind of game.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where like he is in a location, like he is set in a location. It is open world, and he kind of just he does his thing, and he gets to pick. Obviously there's a linear story that needs to happen, but there's also like little side quests that he can take on. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. Do you also Logan-sized open world? Yeah, that'd be. Depending on where he is, that could be really cool.
Yeah, Red Dead is pretty good. I think it would look pretty dope with that. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm more excited for Craven. Yeah, that's true. Riley. That's got to be my dad. That's my parents. Hey, guys. What's up, guys? I saw the name and I was like, who is that? It was like, he's on here? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Craven's going to be pretty cool. I am excited for Venom, though. I love Venom. Venom is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Both of these games look like they're going to hold some real weight in the future to come. You know what I mean? Like those two games are going to be one of the biggest things that PS4 is going to like market. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm typing in the comment section here. So yeah, I'm excited. What villains do you want to see? Like what X-Men
with
villains?
The Wolverine?
Yeah.
Obviously Sabretooth.
Hi, buddy. If it's really you. I'm not sure if it's just your phone or if it's really you, but I love you if it's really you. I love you regardless. Whoever you are, I love you. So
yeah, I would love to see Sabretooth.
Do you want to see a Sabretooth thing? Or do you want it to be something
else?
It has to. Yeah, but I feel like Sabretooth is also really recycled. Sorry. People might hate me for saying that.
So is Doc Ock. And look what happened there.
That's fair. I could see that. It would have to be, let me rephrase. It would have to be a cool. It would have to be a different version of Sabretooth.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. I don't want to see the Tyler Mane same old recycled version of Sabretooth. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that. Love you, bud. I think it is him, Miguel.
Hey, Riley. Glad to see you're on here, man.
Love you, bud.
I'm gonna keep my my vulgarity to a minimum now.
I hate you.
But nevertheless,
definitely.
I don't think. If you want this to hit off the back, you would need like a heavy hitter villain like Sabretooth, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like, it made sense for Doc Ock to be in the first game along with the Sinister Six. It makes sense. So obviously with the Wolverine game, you would have to have like Sabretooth in it.
Yeah. Indy Phantom says, have to head out into the multiverse, guys, but I'll see you again soon. Man, again, I can't find my camera. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. You're the best. We're glad to see you in here all the time. Riley says, hi, Miguel.
Hey, Riley. Always a pleasure to see you, man.
So, Miguel, my biggest question to kind of round out this whole Marvel gaming universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Spider-Man games, the Avengers already exist. And I'm not talking about the Avengers game we got a few years ago. Because it's
gotten better, if you think about it. It's
gotten better, but I still think it was a huge disappointment to what that Avengers game could have been.
Yeah, it was a miss. But it's gotten
better. It was a big miss. So the Avengers already exist in the Spider-Man game. Mm-hmm. They're at the towers in New York City. My biggest question about Wolverine: do the X-Men exist already?
They have
to. Are the X-Men an established? No, they don't have to. Are they an established entity already at this point in the Wolverine video game? Or could this game show the building up? Well, I don't know, because if it's a Wolverine, if it's specifically about Logan, you wouldn't make it about all of the X-Men. You know?
Well, he's a core member of the X-Men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's true. I don't know. That's a big question that I had was if the Avengers exist, do the X-Men exist yet?
Well, this kind of confirms it, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Like if with the Wolverine game, obviously the X-Men have to exist with the Avengers in this.
But Wolverine was around before the X-Men were, though.
Yes, obviously, but when you think of Wolverine, you think of the X-Men. So obviously the X-Men have to be. What?
That doesn't mean that the X-Men exist yet, though. You know what I mean?
There's always been mutants, though. You know what I mean? There's always been
mutants, but has Charles Xavier actually created the X-Men yet, though? Is what I'm saying. Are they a thing? Is this game going to be one of Wolverine's many times where he like says "screw you guys, bye" to the X-Men and like does his own thing? Is he going to come back to the X-Men at the end? Is that going to be a big reveal? Are we going to get an Avengers game? Are we going to get a Venom game? What Marvel characters next?
I think, okay, if I'm thinking like critical about this, I could see like the X-Men coming in later on in the game, like probably at the end, like, you know, like an end credit scene where like Logan meets the X-Men. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I could totally see that happening. If we're not going to get like an X-Men-ish, if we're not going to get them in this game, I could see them coming out at the end.
That's fair. It could be that could be a cool reveal.
It could.
You know? That could be a really, really cool reveal. So I don't know. What if we got Deadpool at the end?
It'd be cool.
If Deadpool made an appearance.
Again, another great DLC. Just have Deadpool in there. And just have him fuck around with Logan throughout the entire game. I can see that.
That'd be pretty cool. So I'm definitely excited to see where this goes, this whole Marvel gaming universe thing. I mean, I think Insomniac is really onto something special with this. I think that first Spider-Man game
really set the tone. Yep. It was proof that Marvel games can still win. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It was proof that they know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It proved that they were fans of Marvel lore and Spider-Man lore.
Mm-hmm.
And that they know what they know what to put in a game. You know what I mean? They know how
to push a narrative and still make it enjoyable for the general gamer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know, and there was so much other stuff too. Like there was the main storyline with Mr. Negative and Doc Ock and the Sinister Six, and I mean nobody expected the Sinister Six to show up in that game. Nobody did.
Mm-hmm.
And when it happened, like I remember I was playing and I was like I was shell shocked when that happened. And they managed to fit so much. So I'm excited to see what all they're going to fit into Spider-Man 2, especially now that we have Venom and Kraven thrown into the mix. And I'm really excited to see what all they throw into what they throw into the Wolverine mix too, because I mean that's a lot. The X-Men and mutants have a super rich
backstory
history in the and you know in the MCU. Thanks, Riley. Thank you, bud. I love my room too. And he likes yours too, Miguel.
Oh, thanks, man.
You see Miguel's got his Godzilla poster behind him? That's Godzilla's tail right there.
That is.
So
literally
it's pretty cool.
All of this right here is just set up. Everything else on the other side, blank. I'm being completely honest. It's just a full white wall.
Mine isn't
Ain't nothing
blank,
there.
You just can't see it. I have like King Kong, The Walking Dead, X-Files. I have all kinds of crap around. We just can't really see it with the angle we're at. But so I think that's going to do it for us tonight, guys, in episode 39 of Let's Talk Movies. Thanks so much to everybody who has been hanging out with us. We didn't get to too much Q&A, but we're not going to really... If you guys have any last-minute questions, throw them in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This has been a cool show. A lot of Marvel tonight, a lot of Spider-Man stuff, a little bit of Halloween Kills. We will try to get back to more of a normal schedule next week. I know, like I said, Miguel and I are going to be hanging out tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk Malignant. That might be a good topic since it's such a man. People are talking about it like crazy and saying that it's just wild sauce all the time. So yeah, we'll have to see what the deal is with Malignant. Riley says cool. Love it, man.
Cool, Riley.
So I think that's going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. New episodes of Let's Talk Movies and Let's Talk Movie News usually drop every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting more into the live thing, and Miguel and I will be talking over the next couple of weeks how exactly we want to do all of this stuff. So thanks so much for hanging out with us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at We Talk the Movies. We're also on TikTok. We need to start posting a little bit more there too. So we're getting back into the swing of things. We're getting there. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please, if you haven't already, leave us a like on this video, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend. See ya.
Peace.